So these are some of my parts that I've ordered from KTM. If you're a purchaser of one of these beasts, or you've been watching my videos recently and you've heard me moaning about it, getting parts for these bikes is just pretty much impossible at the moment. They're taking so long to turn up. So this box here contains a heated Ergo seat, and this box contains a non-heated pillion seat, Ergo pillion seat. So I'm going to fit those today, which is a pretty simple job. Get it plugged into the dashboard, hopefully it recognises it, and we're good to go. The only real reason I went for a heated Ergo seat for the front is because it was 50 quid more, so kind of, why not? Shall I do a proper knobby YouTuber thing? Yeah. Let's get rid of these boxes. So first we get rid of the Ergo seat, and then we get rid of this box. That was easy. Let's start with the pillion seat first. They are basically the same. You can see from here that the Ergo seat's actually quite a bit thicker than the standard seat. Stitching looks very similar. You've got this pattern in both of them, or very similar pattern with the KTM emblem. On the Ergo seat you've got the slightly rougher texture on top and the softer kind of texture on the side. You've got this lovely orange stitching that runs all the way down on both sides, which I actually really like. Again, we've got a really nice embossed logo. So that is the pillion seat. This is obviously the rider seat. It's quite difficult to see while it's not fitted to the bike, but you'll see that it's actually quite a bit thicker. There's a lot more padding in there, which is really nice. This has got a suspicious lead, which is going to plug into the bike and hopefully give us our heating. And you've got a lovely Power Parts logo here. Again, the pattern, the stitching, and the slightly different texture on the side is all replicated on this seat, which is why I had to buy the rear, even though I didn't necessarily need it. It's because I don't really particularly want one of these to have a lovely orange stitching and the other one not to. Annoying KTM, thanks for that. Really happy with them, they look really plush. Let's get fitting, shall we? First port of call. Get rid of that. I think it's quite nice about the KTM seats is they're really easy to take off. Now if I show you on the Power Parts seat, there's just two T-shaped bungs which are mounted on the bike, which means you can just lift up like that and it comes off. Like I showed you a minute ago, this cable here, where do you plug it in? Now under here, grab the telephonic device with a torch on it. So as you'll see here, you've got this. This is a pre-installed plug. There's one on the other side, which I'm not quite sure what the other one's for, but that's what you plug the heated seat into. A few people are saying you can't get into that without taking all of this paneling off. I don't think that KTM are going to take all of this fairing off just to get a switch out. They wouldn't have designed it like that. So I'm pretty sure, just with a little bit of fettling, you'll be able to bring that out. There is a clip, which I'm going to try and push in or pull out and see if I can push it up. So let's see what that happens there. There's the clip, which I'm talking about. I know this is a great view for you guys. Oh, there you go. That was really easy. This is the blank plug. I'm going to try not to turn too much. But if you push that down, and then that should replicate the other side of that, which it does. Now there are two pins in there. Do not push that if it doesn't feel like it's going in, because if you bend those, you buggered your heated seat. There's only one way this is going to plug in, so it should, in theory, plug in that easily. Then as I said before, you've got these points here, which the seat will just slot onto. I'm going to tuck that under there because I don't want it getting caught. There you go. Just going to fit the rear one, which should be as simple as pushing backwards. Ta-da! Now from the side, I think that looks so much better. You can tell how plush this is compared to the other one. A few people on the forum that I was reading was saying there's a gap along here. I mean, you can see there's nothing. Getting my feet down can be a push at times. You can get a low version of this because it obviously sticks a little bit extra padding in there. I didn't get the low version because all they do is put less padding in. They also do a high version or a thicker version.
This is just a standard version, like I said before. That's noticeably more comfortable than the last one was. Oh, this is going to be a delight. Let's have a look at this screen. There's a little bit of a reflection coming off the screen just from the lights above me, which is a little bit annoying, but I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully you can still see what's going on. So if we go into our settings menu, so we come all the way down to heating, enter that, heated grips installed. Why is it not finding those extra functions?
That's really odd. Sam's changed his t-shirt halfway through his video. How weird. So when I bought this seat, I watched another YouTuber's video. He basically said there's no need to get it turned on at the dealer. All you need to do is go into the settings and sort of set it as installed. As you might have seen, it didn't come up. I tried uninstalling it, reinstalling it, unplugging and cleaning the connectors and all sorts of stuff. Didn't work, and I went to bed quite annoyed. I called KTM the following day and they basically said, someone should have told you that it needs to be activated on the software. The other YouTuber that I mentioned, I think he must have bought it when he ordered the bike, so it was already activated on his bike, so he didn't need to get anything done at the dealer. I didn't. I bought this after I'd actually ordered the bike, meaning it wasn't activated in the software, so it doesn't matter what I did, it wouldn't have come up. So if you bought the heated seat or seats after you ordered the bike, so not actually tied to the purchase of your bike, you will need to get your dealer to turn the option on. KTM in Hemel didn't charge me a penny. It took about 5-10 minutes. So now I'll show you what I mean. We'll bring the bike to life. You won't be able to see me in the reflection. As I mentioned before, if you can hear that weird hissing noise, I think it's the fuel pump on the bike. So if I turn the throttle, for example, you'll hear it change. So you'll need to do this if you have bought the bike with the heated seat but it hasn't turned up in time for them to fit it. So you'll need to go down to your settings menu, go right down to the bottom and go into heating. You'll go down to rider seat and you can hit installed or not installed. So obviously this is installed. Once that's done, then you can go up to your bike heating, go into that and you should see the seat comes up. If you've got a pillion seat, you'll get a pillion option down the bottom as well, I believe. That is literally it. So then you can just toggle this like you would with your heated grips. Look at this, I got full tank of fuel. Who's jealous of that? Fuel crisis is currently going on. Just a bit of feedback before I log off or turn the camera off or whatever you want to call it. The comfort seat is hands down worth the money. A lot of people say you don't need the heated seat on this, which arguably you don't. The bike's quite warm bike to ride. It's going to be really nice in the winter. The Ergo seat is a night and day difference in comfort, and it doesn't add too much in the way of height, so that's going to be a dream on a long ride. I've used the heated seat a couple of times. The seat takes a while to heat up, but when it does get hot, it does get really hot. It was almost verging on too hot to sit on in the highest setting. Earlier this morning I went out on the bike. I mean, it was a little bit chilly. I put the heated seat and the grips on low, and it's just made a massive difference to the comfort of the bike. So come winter and the really cold commutes, it's going to be beautiful. I was talking to a guy at Bike Stop the other day and just saying I'm a bit of a wimp now because we've been locked indoors for the last year and a half. My tolerance for cold weather has just gone out the window. So it's going to be like 5 degrees. I'm going to have a heated seat, heated grips on, I'm going to have my heated jacket on, heated gloves on. Who said us bikers aren't tough, right? But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for joining me. If you've got any questions, stick them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.